Physical and chemical changes. The iron nail stuck to magnet. This is because the substance in a mixture retained their original properties as they had before they were mixed. A mixture may contain different elements, different compounds, or both. The amount of different substance in a mixture can vary. A mixture may even contain two or more solids, that is soil, two or more liquids, lemon juice in water, two or more gases, air, solids in liquids, sugar solution, seawater, gases in liquids. Coals have carbon dioxide mixed in sweetened water, and solids in gases, dust particles in air. Thus, most things around us are mixtures. We can easily separate mixtures into their compounds.
Physical and chemical changes. Physical changes. Break a matchstick, tear a piece of paper, stretch a rubber band. What happens? What happens when plastic scale gets broken? The matchstick is still matchstick. The paper is still paper, and the rubber band is still rubber band. Each piece of scale is still plastic even though the pieces have different shapes and sizes. All these are physical changes. What happens? If you leave an ice cube in open, it melts into water, and when water is frozen, it becomes ice again. If you boil water, it evaporates into steam. If this steam is allowed to come in contact with a cold surface like a steel plate, it condenses back into water. Thus, on heating or freezing water, its composition does not change, but its physical state changes. Such changes in which substances do not change their composition but change their physical state are called physical changes. Formation of dew drops by condensation of atmospheric water vapor is also an example of physical change. Thus, physical change is a temporary and reversible change. Change where no new substance is formed. Change where properties and composition of the substances remain in the same.
Knowledge zone. Mixing of salt in ice lowers its melting point. This interesting fact is used by the ice cream vendors to sell out the firmly frozen ice creams to you all, even without an electric refrigerator.
Chemical changes. When the food is cooked, it is not possible to get back the raw food material. When a paper is burned, we get its ash. Can we get the paper back from the ash? Such a change where the original substance cannot be obtained from the final product is called a chemical change. When substance burn, the combine with oxygen and new substances are formed. When a candle burns, carbon dioxide, water vapor and carbon are produced. Thus, a chemical change is a permanent and irreversible change. Change where a new substance is formed. Change where the properties and composition of substances do not remain the same and new substances formed are completely different from the original one. Checkpoint. Circle the odd one out. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, iron. Ocean, water, milk, air, nitrogen. Rusting of log, milk turning into cheese, mixing salt into water, baking a cake, freezing of water, cutting a paper, burning petrol, stretching of spring. At one go, all matter is made up of atoms and molecules. Atoms are very tiny particles that cannot be seen within the naked eye. Elements are made up of identical atoms whereas compounds are made up of two or more elements. A physical change is temporary and reversible, whereas a chemical change is permanent and irreversible.
Remember these terms. Matter, anything that occupies space and has weight. Atom, tiny particle that forms building blocks of matter. Molecule, tiny particle formed when two or more atoms combine. Element, a substance that consists of atom of only one kind.